Hello and thanks for tuning in. Well, I said last time that the law of averages had to turn prior to Manchester United's 3-0 win over Stoke City, and it did at that. First half goals to Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial put an end to a horror run at Old Trafford, where they'd failed to score for 11 consecutive home matches before the half-time interval. That's close to 9 hours of football, unheard of by the home side at the Theatre of Dreams. The skipper Wayne Rooney weighed in with a third after half-time, and it's sitting pretty for Louis van Gaal as his team progressed in the FA Cup and notched a Premier League home win, all within the space of a few days. In my last piece, I mentioned confidence and how fragile it can be when losing, but at the same time, how important an early goal can be in turning around not only the players but the supporters' mindsets also. That's been the key with United this season. A lack of chances created has led to discontent among the fans, which in turn puts so much more pressure on the players, and it's a common problem across all sport, not just football. Thankfully, French youngster Martial has been a shining beacon at times this season and has hit another purple patch lately as he helped arrest the poor form his side have been showing at home. Deft touches and his ability to cut inside players with fleet of foot and a turn of pace on the left-hand side where he's been deployed by Van Gaal is making opposition defenders nervous, especially when in the box, as they're all too aware of sticking a stray leg out and conceding a penalty. It was a week when the noise was coming from neighbours Manchester City, who announced Pep Guardiola will be taking over the reins from Manuel Pellegrini at the Etihad Stadium next season, making a strong showing coupled with a win all the more important against Stoke. Sunday will be a true test of mettle though, as trailing 4th place Arsenal by 4 points, United head to West London and a match against Chelsea, the team yet to lose in 7 league games under interim manager Guus Hiddink. But nevertheless, the team's still struggling in the league, 11 points behind Van Gaal's team and in 13th place. With Arsenal playing at Bournemouth in the early Sunday fixture, there could be a 7-point gap, or there could well be just 1 point separating them at the end of the day. And an interesting sidelight will be the Dutch managerial face-off. Van Gaal, who took the Netherlands to the World Cup semi-finals in 2014, only for Hiddink to take over and see them fail to qualify for the European Championships later this year. A penny for the thoughts of those two. Chelsea haven't improved massively since Hiddink took over from Jose Mourinho. They've stabilised somewhat, but if not for a couple of goals at opportune times in matches, they'd be a few points worse off than they are now, so not an insurmountable task to win at Stamford Bridge, as had been the case before this season. The key, yet again, will be what mindset do they go with? To attack and grab the early goal, putting Chelsea on the back foot, as will be the best plan, or sit back and try to hit on the break. This United team appear better equipped to play when they start a game well and grab that early goal, as opposed to when they go behind. A sense of foreboding is sometimes in the offing. After last week's win and managing to not concede, perhaps a similar strategy is required even when away from home against a team they've notoriously struggled against. There are frailties for Chelsea, including the temper of Diego Costa if things don't go his way, but something they will have the advantage of is this is the first home match since John Terry announced he'd be leaving the club at season's end after not being offered a new deal. Sometimes that is all the motivation teams need, so it could prove a testing trip for United. Don't forget you can get in touch, #AskTulsenOnVioo, or directly on Twitter, and I'll be back next week. See you then.